welcome back. Hour 2 of Blue Monday. Jerry's been telling me that that apparently the BBC is on to steal our thunder right now, claiming that Blue Monday isn't a thing. Well, we're here to tell you it totally is. It is now anyway. So Blue Monday with OnTableTop, and Jerry is sporting a very lovely blue top. So, hey, do you want to see what I'm wearing today, Jerry? You're going to like this one. You ready?
I don't want to see it. No,
it's Justin. Justin, wait till you see. Wait till you see what I'm sporting.
I should leave the stream again. I should abandon it now.
Oh,
nice.
It's Choco Guevara.
Barry Guevara. So if anybody's wondering, that is, of course, Barry Chuckle, who I kind of met one day in the museum with his brother. What is the name of the brother?
Paul and Barry Chuckle.
Yeah, that's it.
Barry, yeah. But the Chuckle brothers were in the Ulster Museum one day, eating at a table adjacent to me.
And they were passing chips between each other, saying, to me, to you.
To me. Right.
Just hope it wasn't.
No, we missed Barry. We missed Barry. Barry sadly passed away. I think it was last year Barry passed away.
A couple of years ago now.
A couple of years ago, I think, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's longer than a year.
After a while. Well, we don't count 2020 as a year.
Yes. It's the month that never was, but yeah. But here he is sported on my chest. So right, in this hour, we are going to tackle the live stream of the Hero Forge. It's been a long time in the making. It has been a long time in the making, but with various moves and everything else that had to take place, it has now finally arrived. So we can pick this up from where we left off. So to recap, we asked you to go and create a character using Hero Forge, to save that character on their platform and just send us a link to it. I was expecting a few, and there were hundreds of entries. I went through them all and I whittled it down to a short list of about 40. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick giggle as we browse through them, and then we're going to pick one. And I say we because I'm probably going to get you guys in the chat to steer on who we pick, and that will be the one that we will get printed in color from Hero Forge. We'll get it in, have a look at it, and then we will send it on to the original creator.
Peachy.
So, I am monitoring the chat. So at the moment, I can see Facebook chat, Twitch chat, YouTube chat. We've got up and running this time as well. So if you want to interact with us, you can use any of those. However, those folk who are interacting with us on the Twitch chat, we have picked Twitch to be our channel of choice today. So if you interact with us on Twitch, we are giving out some prizes. So we're giving out copies of Fog and Friction, a cool World War II strategy card game. I think we even played a round of it on the weekend or one day. So, we are giving that away. We also have a star prize that we're giving away in the 4 p.m. slot, Ben, yeah?
Yeah, so for the 4 p.m. slot, where we're going to be talking with Warcradle and sort of diving into what's happening for Dystopian Wars in the coming months, we're going to be giving away a pretty epic starter bundle, which will come with the new 2-player starter set alongside the rulebook. And you've also got these two sort of unannounced, sort of unrevealed fleets as well that are coming alongside it as well. So pretty awesome little selection of goodies on that front. If you want to know, get a peek at what it's all about. We have some stuff about the new edition of the game up on the website already, and there's also some more details about the competition down in the post about Blue Monday as well on the website. So yeah,
I am really looking forward to this set coming into the studio so we can get it down for a Let's Play. I used to love playing it when we were living and working in Essex.
Justin, the community thinks you're looking smooth and shiny today, my man.
See, I don't know from the front, but from the side, I don't know. It's a little bit fuzzy.
That's not the bit they were looking at.
No, I know it's here. Ding.
Here, do you want to spin right round and do a complete orbit there? Do we see the back?
You know what, Warren? Seeing as I've not been here for a while, just for you.
Okay, let's get a look at this shiny man. You've missed a patch at the back. So you did.
You can't.
Let's turn this into a GIF.
Yeah. Some sort of weird go faster stripe has been left at the back there, So right. Okay, guys. We have a ways to get through here. Okay.
You made a short list, Warren, and it's not exactly short.
No, it's not exactly short.
Not
but
short.
I'm going to get Jerry to take us through it to see just some of the stuff that you can actually create on Hero Forge, and we're going to have a discussion about 3D printing in general while we're rattling through it, because I'm very rapidly reaching the point where I'm going to be able to start work on my 3D print lab that I've got a spot for here in Pine Haven.
That looks familiar.
Oh, here! I wonder who that could be.
That's clear.
Now, who would make a miniature like this?
Mm-hmm. So, what we're going to do is, as Jerry rattles through them, I will make a note of the one that's a winner, and then I'll go and I'll find the person that made it. But, there you go. Now, tell me anywhere you could get that many commercially. And that's the beauty of the whole Hero Forge thing, is it?
Well, I was about to say, Warren, you want to get it commercially? Hero Forge.
Yeah, but I mean, look at that, right?
As a blister.
If you could, where could you go to buy that as a blister?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, like it's kind of got the Cyberpunk 2077 feel, like the ultimate skeleton punk.
Yeah.
Where's that mouse looking?
He's looking up the skeleton's.
Well, he's looking at the back of his knee. He's wondering if he could take the kneecap and run with it.
The thing that has been quite nice about, especially seeing Hero Forge add the color element into the mix as well, is that I think it's really built on people's sort of creativity. Like, obviously, people were making fascinating and interesting miniatures beforehand, but I think people have stepped in and been like, "Oh, I can color this. Maybe I'll play around with these different types of items and all kinds of things like that, in order to make even more wacky and weird miniatures." So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like me and the guys in the studio here, we've been looking at playing Wrath and Glory on Discord.
Cool.
And each of us actually went away and started playing about with this, and we were able to make our, sci-fi Warhammer 40k characters, for the role-playing game, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a great mini.
That's nice.
I really like that. Oh, there now.
Now that's badass.
What is the weapon in the right hand?
A cattle prod. Surely you would remember that from your farming days before you became a joiner.
Most of my family are actually farmers, Warren, but I didn't go into farming.
Clearly. So
yeah, it's some kind of electrocution device.
Now we were saying obviously about Wrath and Glory. That's a miniature that would definitely work for that. You could use that as like an Inquisitor or something to that end.
Isn't that one of the new book characters from GW's Read Along with Spot the Dog children's books?
Oh, it does look a little bit like her as well,
actually. A little bit of a vibe for that, yeah.
Huh.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I see people are favouring the massive plinthy base as well so far.
Yeah, they only have one of those at the minute, I think.
Oh, yeah. I particularly thought this one was funky as hell.
Ultimate Hero Bot.
Look at that.
That was pretty awesome.
The wings are a nice touch.
Yeah.
How else would it fly without them?
Jet boots.
Ultron.
I love the massively oversized anime sword as well.
There are a lot of those. And I mean, like, I've seen some people do them up where they actually put the big ass anime sword in like both hands.
That's cool. Yeah.
Interesting that they've used different metallics as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pelvis, breast, forehead.
And what I'm interested in is if for example, a mini like this wins, right? If this mini gets voted for, right? I'm interested to see when the full color print comes back. How does it handle that metallic and the subtle shades of the metallics? So it's a very pretty mini, and it's one that I would give a nod towards, guys, because I think it would put the Hero Forge stuff to the test on some aspect.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Now that is a D&D bad guy.
That's a beast, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, you see, this is something I'm very tempted for, to say it would be very cool to do one of the big guy miniatures that they do. because they've got like regular 28 mil that you can do for Hero Forge, but there's also big guy options like an XL miniature option, which I would really like to see to try and like put them to the test.
Horns are interesting on that as well, where it's almost like thorns wrapped around.
Oh yeah, very cool.
Kind of like you kind of already get the story behind this guy of it sort of being like maybe a dragonborn in D&D that has become corrupted or something by some demonic influence.
No, it's just he likes money.
Well, yeah, I mean that is also, a key element of being a dragon.
Yeah.
Beat the boss, looks at the feet.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool.
It's an epic mini. It is an epic mini.
I do like Dragonborn. So anyone doing anything dragon-like gets like a tick from me. So
Now, Grey Wolf's Lair is saying Hero Forge plus Frostgrave is a winning combination, and I really agree with that. If you want to do something like really custom for a Frostgrave warband, go nuts.
Same.
Oh
Hero
my
Forge,
word!
Rangers of Shadow Deep as well. So that's a cracking mini there.
That is one of the most flamboyant.
It's not amazing.
Yeah, no, you see,
another one that gets a nod from me to say I want to see that printed, and it's got mushrooms on the base, so it gets a Warzone vote right there.
You see, for me, if you're grabbing the STL for this one, all of those overhangs and stuff, if you're just grabbing the STL to print this yourself, be prepared to do a lot of scaffolding for a guy like this.
Yeah,
less worried about that. I love the Fistful of Rings. It's like a spide with all their sovereign rings on. You're not going to get in a fight in the street with them because you're going to end up with essentially a knuckle duster in the face.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you can select the individual ring for the individual fingers as well, which is a really nice touch.
Which they have.
That's how detailed they've went for the actual.
I love the cigar.
The cigar is cool.
It's pointing out the cigar is free. It's pointing out the cigar. The cigar is cool. Yeah,
and it's true. Smoking does make you look 20 to 30% cooler than non-smokers. So if you're at home and you're not already a smoker,
welcome to 1972, kids.
Oh, we've got an aggressive one.
Oh, hey.
Like a proper badass, like half-orc style rogue, maybe, or Goliath rogue, perhaps.
Yeah, I love the way they've been able to position the bow across the back.
Yeah,
very, very nice.
Lunging forward to strike someone. Yeah,
a nice muted kind of color scheme on that one.
Yeah, and some very cool metallics running through it as well.
When you've got some sort of terrible orc assassin, I'm assuming because all the weapons have been blackened. No shining on the weapons. You don't want people to spot you and kill you.
The thing that I quite like about that as well is that if you get that printed in color, you don't have to get underneath it to try and paint it. So that's the
very true. Survey.
Oh, here we go.
Snake, it's a snake.
Snake people.
Oh my lord.
The chain weapon's kind of cool.
I wonder would that arrive in one piece if that was
that's a very valid point.
Well, here's a question for you. With the overhang on that, would it actually stand?
Yeah. You can stick a penny or 2p in the base and that'll stand. No problem.
It's also weighted to one side with the base anyway. So
most of this is
I guess.
And then you've just got a very thin plastic doohickey.
The thing that I've noticed about a lot of the weapons that they do, though, is that they are quite thick and chunky. So you'd hope that it would still arrive in one piece and be all right. But
the nice thing with it being so chunky is even if it breaks, at least you've got a contact point to glue it on.
Yeah, true.
Because I've seen thinner, more realistic weapons, and if they break, you're just done for because you're never getting it back together again.
Yeah,
I like the blue.
Yeah,
it's a pastel samurai snake
with rings.
Cobra Kai.
Never die.
Let's see who next.
It's
where we gradually.
Reload.
Try refreshing the page. There we go. That's going to be fun.
In the meantime, no.
Okay.
Yay!
Whatever you say, and it's there behind it. So don't tell me lies.
Oh my god! It's an anthropomorphic adventurer.
It's the Ben vote. Is it carrying like a potion bottle in its tail?
Yep.
It is. That is so cool.
That's a neat touch.
Yeah.
What is this, Mouse Tanyan?
Something like that, certainly.
Do you like that one, Ben?
I really do. That's so awesome.
But the ears aren't poking out the top of the hat. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Maybe they just chose very small ears.
Yeah, I'll let it go in this case.
You'll be very
generally because the miniatures just looks brilliant, and I love the touch. I love the character of the model, that it's got the potion bottle in the, or maybe it's in it's in like a little bit of a tavern brawl, and it's picked up a bottle from nearby to smash over someone's head. That's the other way I'm going to look at it. So.
That's certainly one way of going.
Bottle someone with a spinning tail whip.
Yeah.
It's also the first person I think who've gone, you know what, this miniature stands by itself. It doesn't need a load of stuff on the base. I'm just going to go pure, just basic plastic base, move on. Don't draw attention away from the...
As Free says in the comments, gotta love the whimsy. Whimsy is good.
Oh ho!
Ooh,
Goblin ahoy!
A goblin.
I see on this one.
Like a goblin buccaneer pirate swashbuckling rogue. Very cool.
Again, smoking, which is cool.
Oh, gee. It's very much the coming thing.
Yeah. I like the fact that you can sort of decorate even the really complicated base with some of the additional components. You know, so that little treasure chest on there is something I really like.
Yeah.
As Gas says in the chat, one of the things that's really nice about Hero Forge, and I think they've come a long way with this, is the posing of everything has now become a lot more intricate. So you can play around with a lot of these ideas and tweak them to be just exactly how you want them to be, which is really cool.
Absolutely. You can go in and actually rotate
each joint
and joints and stuff like that as well. It's incredible, just the level of detail.
Stay on target.
There we go. There's another crash. We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's whether or not we can actually kill Hero Forge's website. I know whenever we started doing this, we crashed their website.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm digging the Sci-Fi Warrior with the little blue duck.
I didn't even realize the duck was there on the base. That's cool.
That is Mr. Duckenstein. He will mess you up.
I like that. That's what maybe she uses as grenades or something.
Yeah, maybe. And I also like the fact that you have the option for like empty holsters as well as full holsters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man, proper badass.
Mm-hmm.
It does mean you could go ahead and throw out a couple. You know, you could do one with the pistols drawn or one in another
holstered.
Holstered while sniping.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that I know has been brought up a few times when it comes to Hero Forge. Someone's like, "Oh, it's quite expensive," and I every time someone says that, I'm like, "Yes, but this is for your like bespoke role-playing game miniature, or like leader of a warband potentially, who will look nothing like everything else that is on the tabletop. So for what you're paying for it, it's actually not that bad, really." So, yeah.
Well, the easiest way is to just tell them to contact a sculptor and ask how much it will cost for.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So, and my preference, so much as I'm a big fan of the full color service, the idea of it, we'll see when we bring it in what the execution is like. But I've got to say, my preference currently is just buying the STLs and self printing.
One thing I'm really curious to see that we haven't seen from these guys in real life is the metal prints that they do, because they actually 3D print metal as well.
Yeah, I think it's not only like gold and like lead. I don't know what the other one is actually.
It's like a gold and a silver one.
Gold and steel, I think it is. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it just to see how it turns out on a miniature.
Yeah. I just want to point out on that miniature that we were looking at, there is very much a Flash Gordon vibe going on with that one. So,
my Hawkman Dive.
Yeah.
There is something you don't see every day.
An anthropomorphized elephant. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a massive battle axe.
And a fox.
And a fox. It's one of those weird worlds then, like your Burrows and Badgers, Ben, where not everything is anthropomorphized.
Yeah, the bugs are still little bugs in that. So,
and the thing about this is, right? And I don't want to labor the point too much, but if you're playing an RPG, right, and you said, well, you can be pretty much anything you want. What do you want to be? Well, I would like to be a musketeer elephant carrying a big axe with a pet fox. Now, a few years back, you would have went, where do I start to sculpt something like to kit bash something like that? So,
yeah, very true.
There you have it. And the beauty of this service is, now I don't know if a few weeks back on the Weekender, I showed how I use this service with my kids for their Hero Quest characters, because from this, not only can you send off, not only can you pay for the STL file for you to print yourself, or send off for them to print it in various different ways that they can send to you, but they also have this lovely artwork generator, that lets you generate little profile shots and PNGs of the character as well, that I then put onto character boards and stuff like that.
That's cool. And I mean, like the color service as well, it lets you sort of like test color schemes for things before you put paint to miniature.
Absolutely.
I'm digging the bunny berserker.
I was going to say, can I just say how badass this is?
I don't think those arrows have been shot and stopped on the bunny. I think that's just how it's attached that shield to its back.
Yeah,
I just hammer them through.
Yeah, that is awesome. I love that.
Bunny missing an eye. Bunny missing an eye.
And has some very sharp fangs.
Bunny Zerka, yeah.
Well, he would do. He is, after all, a rabbit. They are the most deadly thing known to man. They hunt in packs as well.
This is fact. Yeah,
it's like dolphins, Oh yeah, they're all fun and games when there are multiple people around. You can see them, but the minute they've got you cornered and field by yourself and there's nobody around, you're dead. You're dead, and people will be going wolves.
This one's kind of cool. This one feels like an NPC to me.
Yeah, I selected this one because I met this woman one night in the Spring Hill Bar in Portrush.
Right.
And, I danced the night away with her, and to Kenny Rogers, the gambler, and serenaded her in my best Kenny Rogers alike voice, and ended up marrying her. So,
actually, yes, she does look a little bit like your Andrea.
So I particularly like this because I just like the playfulness and the of that pose, and again, not something you would see often. I would have her turn into some kind of mad, crazy demon.
Yeah, you're right. Because even when you see non-fighting miniatures, they don't tend to be in very expressive poses. Most of them are just standing around.
Now that goblin's pretty awesome. It reminds me of classic old school Goblin Wolf Riders. There's even a flat green base in a goblin green.
This is something that's quite cool as well, because you can take a character that you've already made and then decide, okay, I want to maybe change a weapon that they've gained during our campaign, or they've now got, a mount to ride around the world in. You can actually update your character very quickly with this.
Yeah.
It's Trust the Legend in orc form.
Wow.
That's a great mini. That is really, really good mini. That's a well-designed piece right there.
I'm going to say now, maybe we should give away a prize, Warren.
Oh, yes. Let's see who's been helpful and lovely in the
chat.
Yep. Okay. Well, somebody has just thanked Manda Pie for a piece of information. So, Manda Pie, if you haven't already, you're getting a copy of Fog and Friction.
They don't have one yet. So
they're talking about. They're talking. I don't know what the conversation. Well, I know basically what the conversation was about. The comment was Grey Wolf Slayer thanked her and said, "Shame, but understandable. STL would be the way to go." Then, thanks. So, Manda Pie was helpful and communicative in there. So. Thank you for that. There you go.
Well, that's one of the best things whenever you pick up the STL off these guys. There's no delivery time. It just ping straight in your email.
Yes. It is a great platform from that perspective. Right. Who's next?
We've got to make sure that Jerry's PC can load the bajillion choices you've made. That's
my PC was loaded them without a problem. Hero Forge, on the other hand, is crying, so I'm just hammering a few of them shut.
But at this point, I'm gonna push over to the chat. So wherever you may be in the world and whatever platform you're chatting to us by, of what you have seen so far, of the ones you have seen so far, post in the chat now which one you think should win. Which one you reckon we should send off and get. So we'll see what the results of that is. So.
Okay, and Gaz, I think it's a toothpick between Jerry's teeth.
Yep.
I am very happy to see that the immediate reactions were Berserker Rabbit,
Berserker Bunny.
Tell you what,
or Drunken Jerry's in there.
Let's give them a second.
Some better ones.
Oh God.
Warren, this is a long ass countdown.
It's 30 seconds. That's how long it takes.
What do we got?
Right, let's see.
And that's going to get claimed on Twitch, and we're out of here. So.
No problem. Right, let's see. The Orc, the Death Bunny,
The Drunken Jerry,
the Valkyrie, the Mouse with the poison in the tail, the Bunny, the Zeus Orc, the Drunken Jerry's, the Bunny, the Little Squirrel Fighter, the Goblin, the Dragon Man, the Robot, the Bunny, the Elephant Musketeer with the Fox, the Bunny, the Elephant, the Bunny. Yeah, I think so far where the Bunny is our one. So let's see how we get on before by the time we've reached the end. So,
well, we're doing quite well getting through these.
Yeah.
Oh, who doesn't love a man in a kilt?
I don't know. How many men in kilts have you loved, Justin?
Well done, Warren.
Kilt love me. So on the station in London at Excel, I think it was.
I remember. Was it not Rasmus?
So no. It was a proper Scotsman.
Okay.
In his traditional attire.
Okay.
And he gave me a big fat kiss on the station at the Excel.
Yeah, before you drunkenly headed to Trafalgar Square.
That was the evening of my Beasts of War stag night.
Yeah, along with my birthday.
I ended up on top of a lion in Trafalgar Square.
Yeah, and some fool brought poaching.
Yes. I loved how Jerry was making sure that he was a true Scotsman there.
Unfortunately, it's just darkness, which I imagine is it's just a void of infinite darkness under any Scotsman's kilt.
Okay, so we've got a Goblin Musketeer.
That's brilliant. I love that.
That's quite cool.
I really like the posing on that with the with the sword out in front and the hand behind as well, because it's like a proper dueling pose. It's really cool.
Yeah. See, I quite like that they've used the really nice simple like wooden board base just to get a little bit of extra detail in there.
Yeah. As Towers says in
Bunny.
That's actually based on a Star Wars character.
Is it? Because I would have said Captain Bucky O'Hare.
Well, Bucky
That's
O'Hare.
the one I was thinking of.
Bucky O'Hare, but there's also a Star Wars character that is exactly like him. If I find his name, everyone is saying Captain Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah, because he's green and he's wearing the red outfit. Yeah. Captain Bucky O'Hare, and this
Star
ship
Wars
was called
Bunny.
the Righteous Indignation.
Really?
I remember correctly.
Jackson is the Star Wars bunny.
Because
well, then he has melded on that character because you can see the name in the top corner.
Yeah, we're going to stick with. Well, if you'd be basing it on Bucky O'Hare, you probably would have won.
I mean, Bucky O'Hare was a pretty damn good cartoon. So,
Ooh,
it's a robot.
Ooh, check that one out. That's very Halo, isn't it?
That's not a usual head.
see, I don't know. I mean, like I think if you put a skeleton body underneath all of that armor, you could do like a really good Necron.
If you put a skeleton body underneath all of that armor, you wouldn't see the skeleton body.
Yeah, you would. See the silver parts? That's bare arms.
Oh, is that bare arms? All right, it looked like armor to me.
that's pretty awesome, though.
That's
Yeah.
both.
I'm getting like Mass Effect vibes off it as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about the front of that helmet just screams like, Necron.
Poster.
Yeah, we're getting shades of Gates of Antares. People saying in the chat, Infinity Specialist as well in the chat.
Yeah.
So.
Carrying an Auspex scanner, which I don't even think do they still have them in 40K.
I remember.
It's probably built into their helmets now.
And it's just called Robo Lady.
Oh,
hello!
Now that is awesome.
That is a badass Warforged.
now imagine meeting that on a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant.
It's almost like Jaren's gun with the tuning fork at the end.
Yeah. It's almost like a post-apocalypse sort of samurai Warforged, which is really cool.
Mm.
And I bet it would work quite nicely, even with the gun in Eberron. Actually, would work really nicely because you have a kind of like
winner.
That's awesome.
My axe is my axe.
That's brilliant.
That
reminds me
totally sold on this one.
It reminds me of a gnome barbarian that I once made for a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and the first combat that he went into, he died immediately.
Nice.
And he was never seen again. And that was when everyone told me that's what you get for making a character that's not typical. And I was like, boo.
I see. I don't know why, but this character, I imagine he has the voice of Jack Black, just going, "I'm here to rock."
It's entirely possible if you got that and then you got the Druss orc from earlier.
Oh yeah,
he's got the same. He could just be a squire. When the first axe breaks, here's your second one, boss.
Yeah.
Fetch me my axe.
Ooh, a little bit of Terry Pratchett.
You can tell that we did this competition before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
There's always room for Hogfather.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bit chubby.
As
assuming his pillow must be slipping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a cool.
Oh, they just get better.
Smokes.
That is badass.
Didn't
this
he
reminds
fight Wolverine in Wolverine 52?
Oh yeah, Steel Samurai, is that his name? Yeah.
I see. I'm getting Sucker Punch vibes from this. You remember the giant samurais in one of the scenes? One of them with a massive minigun.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning at this point. Every one of these minis has been put together by a normal dude or dudette.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a normal gamer, right? There's no sculptors or anything involved in this. They're just picking and choosing the parts and putting them together. Mm-hmm. So if you're watching this thinking, "Oh, those are cool," you could do this.
Yeah.
Just go to Hero Forge, it's completely free, and start playing.
Yeah.
I'd say the tiny dragon hatching.
Yeah.
I think somebody may have pissed Mummy off. That's cute.
That is really awesome. Very Warcrafty with those blades, I would say.
But again, it's nice having that narrative with it where it's the character defending the hatchling.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a Naga. It's from like World of Warcraft.
Naga have serpent tails.
Actually, yeah, fair point. Although if you could make the adjustments to give it a serpent tail.
Yeah.
It's got froggy feet.
Mm-hmm.
I like the touch of the little green bits on the end of the feet as well. That's neat. Yeah. And it ties into the color scheme that they've used for their head as well, actually. So there's been quite a lot of detail worked into making sure that all the different elements of the model kind of like pop. Again, would be a fascinating one to see how the colors work on miniatures. I think from what I've seen of some people's printed versions in color, bright stuff works really nicely. So yeah, very cool.
Oh yes,
Hitman.
Alas, per Ducky, I knew him well.
I mean, I'm just going to say there's a badger.
and a squirrel.
This is what 47 would be like if he was in an alternate reality.
Yeah. Hello, Ben. You were talking about the painting on the last character. One of the things that Hero Forge does is whenever you're going to the colors, they give you like an initial palette to work through.
Right.
And then you can start customizing down from there. So things that should be colored together generally get colored together.
Huh. Nice. So they've made it quite intuitive then, which is nice.
Exactly. And then they allow you to customize further down from there.
That's the plan anyway.
I believe it is Bund Urkbund.
There's the beginnings of a Blood Bowl team there.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Use that as your star player. Yeah.
The Lethal Lizards.
Yeah. You could change the ball and turn that into a Dreadball player as well, actually. That would work quite nicely. Yeah.
Be lazy for that. Ball's a ball. Doesn't matter what.
Or if you want it, you could really take that and throw a couple of weapons on it and turn it into an Aristea character.
Yeah. Oh,
shaman.
Badass. It's like a wolf shaman. That's brilliant.
Bear shaman, is it? Or wolf shaman?
Bear shaman? Yeah.
I think it's the bear. That face, you know.
Is it like a bearkin?
Yeah, I'd know that face anywhere. That's a polar bear.
Okay.
They're the baddest ass of all the bears. Wouldn't want to meet a polar bear. Polar bears
or a sundancer says, a fluffy boy.
No, I think that's a lady shaman.
So, no, it's definitely a polar bear. Creeps me out, man, polar bears.
Brilliant. Again, that would be a fantastic role-playing character, I think. Something for a bit of Savage Worlds, that is.
Skull masks. Don't see enough skull masks in the world. There was one in Game of Thrones for about 2 minutes, and then he wandered off again.
Yeah.
That guy's cool.
Makes me wonder what's under it, because his skin is very red. Is the human skull mask just there to distract people from the fact that it's some sort of walking demon?
I think so, yeah.
That's probably a good way to go.
People point
that you're able to pull out from the likes of that. You know, it's not interesting. So I like the bear trap on the base.
Yeah.
Better hope he doesn't stand on it. That's just sure to piss him.
You've stepped into my ritual circle.
Oh my God, it's Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
We're painting happy little miniatures with happy little guns and happy little swords and happy little faces.
Peapod the pocket squirrel on his base. Which was its name.
Good old Bob.
Whoever did this, I salute you.
This is Bob Ross, the paint wizard. Yeah. That is fantastic. That is brilliant.
Utter legend. Oh, no.
No.
Character's been deleted.
And that was the one that was going to win it, too.
Shame.
Oh, well.
Shame.
Shall not see its like again. Yes.
What does it say your graphics card has crashed? Clearly it's Hero Force's graphics crash.
Because if my graphics card crashed, nobody would be watching us on anything anymore.
Exactly.
There wouldn't be a Zoom.
Very Adeptus Sororitas.
Adeptus Sororitas. Yeah.
Well, if you want to do something like a very cool Saint character for your Sisters of Battle, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Then you want to tell her there's no ink on her quill.
Justin, yeah.
Huh? I just call them Battle Sisters or Sisters of Battle War. And I'm not going to go through all this.
With guns.
Bingo.
Nice detail in the books.
I think it's about time, Warren, that we gave away another prize.
Let's do that. Let's do that thing. So I'm scrolling back. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Is it going to be?
Subcommandante 73. If you had been on the Twitch, okay, you'd have been a winner because he's
get on the Twitch.
He's just posted 15 mil is the best to scale of all. So you totally would have won for that, man. Oh, well. Right. So let me see. Let me scroll back. And let's see who we've got. Okay. Our next winner.
I'm poised.
Is Taoist. Taoist.
Oh.
Okay. I'm currently in a conversation about The Last Samurai.
Ah, cool.
Well, it's a good film. So
there you go.
Congratulations.
Is it a good film? I
like
remember.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
It was an interesting film. The most interesting thing is Billy Connolly's accent. Because he follows in a fine tradition of Scots actors who just can't do an Irish accent.
See, I don't know. For some reason, people around the world always confuse the two accents. So I don't think it matters. You know, I've seen comedians try to do an Irish accent, and it's just Shrek.
yeah, but Billy Connolly's from Scotland, and he should know.
Yeah, just be a little bit less angry and pissed off.
I don't think he was either of those things in The Last Samurai. I think he may have been drunk during it. To be fair, it's probably the best way to get through it.
We're down to our last handful, okay? Now, wait, before we do that, okay, I'm going to put it back over to the community again in the chat, okay, folks? So, Brutal Bunny from Phase 1 has come across. So now it's down to Brutal Bunny and what you have just seen so far. Cast your votes in the comments and we'll see where we are.
If I talk over this in segments, we won't get claimed.
Okay, right. So Brutal Bunny wasn't mentioned by anybody there, but I'm assuming that you guys all thought that Brutal Bunny had already come across. But we'll pick one from this side, this lot too. So what have we got? We have Orc Bond, Fluffy Shaman, Minigun Samurai, Bob, Goblin Squire, Dragon Man in fancy coat, Bob Ross, Squire, Minigun Samurai, Polar Bear Shaman, Gobbo, Bucky O'Hare, Warforged, the Snake Thing or Bob,
The snake thing.
Gobbo Squire, Minigun Samurai, Bob. I think it's coming down to between Bob, Minigun Squire, and Minigun Samurai and the Gobbo Squire. Polar Shaman in there again. Polar Bear, Angel Scribbler, Pirate Skeleton, Samurai, Cowboy Skeleton, Polar Bear, Bob Ross, Brutal Bunny, Steel Samurai, Brutal Bunny, Bob Ross. Oh, it's getting too close to call.
Bob Ross.
The weirdest entry Grand National ever. Brutal Samurai, Bob Ross coming up the inside, Brutal Bunny, Squire, Goblin Squire, Bob Ross.
Let's see what the last batch has to offer here. How are we doing for time? We're doing okay for time. Yes.
Yeah, we're good for time.
Plenty of time.
Minutes left. So
let's really good for something.
Classic Vikings.
Oh, there's your historical one, guys. So we were seeing some comments there. People were wondering, can you do historical minis? Well,
Vikinger.
Well, Lloyd will be happy because he can play about with the shields to his heart's content and not have to make like half 100.
Yep.
Oh yeah, but he'll start like that, and then he'll be going, they're all very thick.
Can I shave those down?
I'll replace them. We have that.
That's a great one.
Oh, a drunken master.
Yeah.
Drunken Master. I think that's Big Ben.
Yeah.
Just him. Somebody's woke him up in the middle of the night, and he's had to come downstairs.
I think that's the end of the night at the pub with him, and he's walking forward going, "Have you ever heard of the Pitchfork Rebellion? They fought with sticks like this."
That's a great mini.
That's a cool one.
I'm going to say maybe he was drinking Vimto. Maybe that's the.
He's put a Vimto smile on his face.
Some kind of goblin.
A goblin shaman who has decided that his
necro shaman.
Yeah, that his nice pink briefs are the way forward. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Clearly, that's a bit of loot. You know, when you're a level 1 character, you can't really choose what your armor looks like.
I've got to say, as much as I like Berserker Bunny, this guy is really up there now as an option.
It is a little bit freaky. I'm kind of digging it. That and those acid green mushrooms.
I've got to say, them pants are spectacular, man.
That is a really fun miniature. I love
they both
that.
left and separate.
Oh, wow. That's the bare necessities right there.
Wow. This bear has had enough of your crap.
Has anybody seen the Russian superhero movie, The Guardians?
I have not.
I tried to watch it last weekend, but I couldn't get into it.
It's not a million miles away from that. There is a werebear guy who, more or less rocks a massive minigun. Because why not? When you're Russian.
Very cool.
Happy for good for Star Saga. Or Stargrave.
It would, yeah.
That's the one I'm looking for. Stargrave. Because you can just see him in a room spinning slowly, like what that Neo fella does with guns.
Just singing "If You Come Down to the Woods Today" very slowly as he kills people. Yeah.
Custom character in Reichbusters.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
He walks out of a Nazi experimental lab. Oh, check that one out.
I like that with the dual flails and them going in the different directions. That's really awesome.
See, the really nice thing about the flails, I've played about with these, you see as soon as you would go to pose and change the pose, the actual action and direction and the actual swing on the flails completely changes.
Cool.
Squirrel.
Yes, there's a squiggle.
That's a definitive Malifaux model for me.
Yeah.
Or again, Deadlands kind
Deadlands.
of
Weird-
Savage
weird
Worlds.
Wild
I don't know. I
West,
think you could get away with that in Wild West Exodus.
I
Could
think-
do, yeah, definitely.
I like the fact that they've still got the original pair of leather whips from, level 1.
Yeah, just,
This is your character.
these served me well.
She has
Van
twin
Helsing.
whips.
That could be Vampire Cutter right there.
And that concludes
And
Hero
that.
Forge
done.
shortlist.
Okay, so folks, now we're gonna cast our final votes. Okay.
Oh my.
So is it gonna be Speedo Goblin? We'll make it brief.
That's horrendous, Warren. Warren.
Great. I love that.
Is it going to be Speedo Goblin, or is it going to be Bob Ross, or Armored Mutant Machine Gun Samurai? We're going to get you guys to post.
Or Brutal Bunny. Don't forget Brutal Bunny.
Yeah. Or Big Ben. Big Ben's a winner.
Big Ben, yeah. Right, go.
And remember, you can choose from all of them now, not just this phase. Go for it. Oh.
I imagine Countdown probably won't claim for this. I mean, if they claim for this, then we need to get Jimmy Carr to pay some tax.
Right.
It falls on your shoulders now, Warren.
Okay.
Oh, come on. The Speedo Goblin's getting all the love.
The Speedo Goblin is getting all of the love. Speedo Goblin.
Yeah.
There's a lot more Minigun Samurai now than there was before. I see Berserker Bunny has slipped away in favor of Speedo Goblin. So
Yeah.
Gun teddy bears.
I see Drunk Jerry is still in there a little bit.
Speedo Goblin.
We know our community well enough to know that we're getting the Speedo Goblin.
Oh, right. Let me just check. Yeah, it's still Speedo Goblin in the lead.
Is it by a nose or by a tip?
Right, Jerry, bring up Speedo Goblin. Do we have a look at it there? Because it is going to be our piece.
Speedo Goblin, who may or may not have a name, his name may or may not be Mr. Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Or
Sounds
that's
like a
the
history
person,
teacher.
or that's the person who made him. It could go either way. I
Yeah.
like to imagine that he is called Mr. Higgins.
There we go.
Yeah.
I mean, he is impressive.
It's a great mini. It is a great mini, and it'll be interesting to see just how all that turns out whenever it's printed in full color.
Yeah.
So-
Now, Warren, just a quick question I'm seeing rolling through the chat here. Will we be putting up a list of all of the short list in case anybody wants to grab their favorite for themselves?
You can find them all listed in the Weekender where we talked about this. So
Okay.
You fiend.
No, Ben's going to do a post.
what?
Speedo Goblin, okay? You're the instigator of this. Speedo Goblin would have just slipped under people's radar only for the fact you were so enamored with his pink pants.
Yeah.
So this is the result of that, man. This is the result of that. So Ben's going to do.
Oh my God, he has a belly ring.
Yeah, about
Just
Speedo
noticed he has a belly ring.
That probably isn't the only one he's got. So he'll do a post about the Speedo Goblin, and he'll put the entire shortlist in there as well. Okay. In the meantime, we will get the Speedo Goblin. We will print the Speedo Goblin.
Are we printing it ourselves, or are we getting a color print?
We're getting the
Oh,
color.
no, we're getting a color print.
Okay.
You know what? I'll pull the STL for it as well, Justin.
Okay, and I'll take a swing at it.
We'll have a go at printing it ourselves. All
yeah,
right?
yeah, sure. I can do that.
So yeah, we'll pull the STL. We'll also send off for the printed versions of it, and we'll find out who it was that created the Speedo Goblin, and they will go down in the annals of our history.
And Jim, it could have been the Berserker Bunny.
Could have been Berserker Bunny.
We hardly knew.
Could have been. But there we go. Right, guys.
Big Ben, but no.
I enjoyed that. Right, community. Yeah, thank you for that. We'll be back again at 4 p.m. We're going to do a little bit of a Dystopian Wars special.
Right, Warren, just while you're closing out, I'm going to run so I can turn off the stream.
Before we go, though, don't turn it off yet. Don't turn it off yet. Before we go,
Can't do it from here anyway. You have to go next door.
let's pick one more winner for this segment, shall we?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Right. I am
just because they made Ben happy, I'd like to pick this one.
No, it's my job. I do.
Okay. Okay. Just because they made Ben happy, though, I think this person deserves a prize.
Look, everybody made Ben happy. They picked his pink Speedo Goblin, for goodness sake. You know, it's like, how much more happy could Ben get on Blue Monday? Right, let me see. There's a lot of talk about the 3D printers in there. Noijatata Gaz has been in talking about the Frozen 4 Mini, I think it is. He's got a brand new 3D printer, okay? And he's in here, and I think he's also in the Discord, in the 3D printing section of the Discord, showing and talking a bit about that. So that's helpful. I consider that helpful. So yeah, let's get a prize off to Noijatata Gaz of a copy of Fog and Friction. And he can play
congrats.
Mates down in the canteen.
All right, I'm going to run while you wrap up.
That'll do. You run, we'll wrap. Okay? And yeah, Dignity's gone. And he's just disappeared. He didn't even he could have just left the camera on.
No.
Anyway.
Because he's not wearing anything from the waist down.
No, he's wearing those Froggo, those.
He's got the pink pants.
Goblin pinkies on you.
Right. 4 p.m., guys. We are back. We have a bit of a Dystopian Wars special. We're going to get one or two of the crew from Dystopian Wars. I think Free's coming back and joining us, isn't she?
Yeah, it's going to be Free and Stuart from War Cradle joining you and Jerry, I believe.
So what we're going to do is we can get a good old chat about Dystopian Wars, where it's headed, what's going on with it as a game, as it now reappears onto the marketplace after a fairly long hiatus. It's been gone a while now, so I'm glad to see it. Right, I think that about wraps us up. So, guys, we will see you at 4.